Oh boy, here we go. Hello, and thank you for stopping by yet another edition of the Massachusetts Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. I am Thomas Metal 75. This is your Massachusetts Beer Review, and I already have preconceived notions. Bought the beer anyways, because, hey, I'm really thirsty right now. And it was $1.19, people. $1.19 for one of the Northeast's most notorious ice beers, the Genesee Ice. 5.5% alcohol by volume. Proudly brewed since 1878. I believe that's the Gensee Brewing Company, by the way. Proudly brewed since 1878. The Genesee Ice was introduced in 1993 during the ice beer craze in the United States and Canada. I believe Canada's Labatt Blue claims that they invented the ice brewing process for beers, which is the freezing down of the beer, skimming off the layer of the ice, and it concentrating the beer's ABV higher. And you can do that however many times you want. No North American discovered ice brewing processes. The Germans did. It was totally by accident. They found out that their Bock beers being frozen outside caused them to be super high ABVs. So, anyways, again, introduced in 1993, GeneseeBeer.com says, when you're looking for a rich, full flavored beer, Genesee Ice is the perfect beer for you. Our brewmasters begin with only the purest natural ingredients. Then, ice crystals form in the beer during its aging process before it's filtered for the rich flavor Genesee Ice is known for. It's available at select retailers year round. And did you know the Genesee Brewery Draft Packaging Center can fill 4 kegs in only 1 minute? Just think, we almost filled 4 kegs while you read this. All right. Cheers, Leprechaun. Cheap beer day. They get a 63 out of 100 for an ice lager, ice beer, and 2.5 out of 5 for a beer on tap. I actually think that's pretty good for this. $1.19. And if you can tell me when this thing was canned, congratulations. All right, I'm going to try not to spill. Again, I'm going to try not to spill. I'm going to put it in a Samuel Adams Boston Lager glass. Should help out with the carbonation. Well, let's get a little aggressive here. Okay, that didn't help. Woo-hoo. Yo, we have Ohio in the house with Leprechaun and Square Table, Degenerates Podcast, Joey Edibles. All right, here it is. Your Genesee Ice, 5.5. Very clear, very carbonated, very watery looking, very straw pale golden colored. There is more golden color than just like a typical, stereotypical macro lager. The head went nowhere but gone. It just has that golden, like apple juicy look. And because of the etching you're seeing in the glass, you're seeing effervescence for days on this thing. Your head is not anywhere to be found. Let's take a nose on the Genesee Ice. Whew. That is musty grains. Sweet, corny, musty grains. It has that musty sweetness that you get from ice beers and even malt liquors. Malt liquor. Appley, very sweet, red appley, or is it red or green? It's appley, all right. It's apple juicy, sweet, adjuncty. I don't know what kind of adjuncts they're using in this beer. I can only assume it is corn syrup. So maybe a little cooked vegetable. So not very clean tasting, not very inviting tasting, but it does look like a so-so average lager with no head. Let's try it. Cheers. 25 ounces of this stuff. 1.8 ounces. Genesee Ice. Cheers, everybody. Let's do one more sip. Okay. So borderline, but not too bad on the sweetness, but the sweetness is pretty high in this beer. You're getting all of that musty, papery cardboardiness. You're getting these dirty, musty grains once again. Wet cardboard, wet paperiness to it. There's an appliness to it. There is the cooked vegetal kind of cereal grain notes to the beer. Is there even any? It's probably extract hops, but is there even any hoppiness? For all that sweetness that's in there, it's amazing. Ooh, woo. For all that sweetness that's in there, it's amazing how goddamn refreshingly dry it is. It's crisp, obviously. It's pretty clean. It's crisp, clean, and ultra refreshing, yes. But the initial flavors are just not good. I mean, the similar mustiness is like you put water in a Ziploc bag, put it in the back of the freezer, come back in a few days, let the thing sit on the countertop, melt, and start drinking that water, and it kind of has that freezer burny kind of a body or kind of after flavors too before it dries. It's a little off on my book, but I think if you like lager or these higher ABV style adjunct lagers, your ice beers, and even malt liquors, you're going to enjoy this. It just has that really big, hey, cheers. Hope you're doing well, Mr. Blake TV. Go subscribe to Blake, Square Tables, and Leprechaun. But as I was saying, actually, it's really not the most dry thing on the planet, but it does have a nice semi-dry finish. I'll be honest with that. The sweet, grainy fructose. I'm gonna say high fructose corn syrup, or dextrose, or the brewer's syrup is very strong with this one. I've never really liked this beer. I've been tempted to buy it a couple times in my life. It's $1.19. It is loud, popping, and fizzing. I would rather buy the. I would still rather buy just natural ice, natty ice, over this. My favorite is the Molson Ice than the Bud Ice. But Molson Ice is actually really well made beer. I think they just put this shit together at the brewery and sell it for a cheap price in the can. $1.19, Blake, if you didn't hear that. So what am I going to rate this? We've been going on for way too long about this beer. One more sip. A little too sweet and cloying. I think it needs hops, even a little bit more adjunct or extract of hops, if you will, to combat some of that overly cooked vegetal corny sweetness here. 72, and that's being very polite. I don't know that this is the worst beer on the planet Earth. It is gross, borderline gross. Let's put it that way. It's borderline gross. This whole sweet, corny, musty freezer burn water thing needs more hopping to combat. More hopping to combat the sweetness and to combat some of the grainy texture and flavor. So it is a light, easy drinking beer, so don't get me wrong there. If anybody's ever had the Genesee Ice, please let me know in the comments section below. Hey, Alex the Beer Master. Hey, greetings, Bart Robinson. Milwaukee Ice. Oh, Milwaukee Ice. I might have to look for that. OM Ice. I will look for that. So I'm going to head on out here. We have at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. a new format in 2021 and hopefully beyond on the Bumpy Road channel of YouTube. Bring a beer to his program that you've never had in your life. And it's an informal get together, talk, shoot the shit, have a beer you've never had before, and just casually talk about the beer. I don't know how in depth we really get about our beers, but it shall be interesting. So I will be there with a beer called Reef Donkey. Interesting. So until next time, keep tasting those great beers. Cheers. We'll see you soon. Don't drink and drive. And go USA.